Hi guys, welcome! In this video, we're taking an in-depth look at Warlock's second master skill, Crimson Magic Arrow or CMA. First, let's take a look at CMA. This skill fires a flaming arrow in the target direction, dealing fire element magic damage to all enemies within a 3x8 meter rectangular area. The first hit is a high damage explosion, and at the end point of the arrow, a second explosion occurs with a 4 meter radius circular area. It has a pretty long cooldown of 7 seconds, so you can't spam it, but since its cast delay is only 1.5 seconds, you can choose to weave in auto attacks and other skills for added DPS like Meteor Storm while waiting for its cooldown. You can also use a Bloody Knight Star card and Pale Lord card in your weapon to be able to cast level 10 Meteor Storm while auto-attacking. This keeps your AoE damage output more consistent. The first passive, Flammable and Explosion, causes the endpoint explosion of Crimson Magic Arrow to hit twice. However, the second hit deals only 50% of the original damage at max level. The second passive, Flame Pillar Barrier, leaves behind several fire pillars along the arrow's path. These last for 10 seconds and slow enemies by up to 25% at max level. And the third passive, Blazing Fortress, creates a giant fire pillar with a radius of 3 meters at the endpoint of Crimson Magic Arrow. This lasts for 10 seconds and deals damage every 0.3 seconds. It shares the same damage values as the smaller fire pillars, but the tick rate is much faster. If you're standing near the Blazing Fortress, you receive a Flame Guardian buff, which absorbs damage equal to 500% of your magic attack at max level. You'll know it's active when you see 2 flames rotating around your character. The buff lasts for 2 seconds and refreshes as long as you stay near the pillar. This adds a much needed defensive layer for Warlocks who are normally pretty squishy. So how do you boost the damage of Crimson Magic Arrow? Since it deals fire element skill magic damage, you need to invest in fire damage, skill damage, and magic modifiers such as magic attack, magic damage, ignore MDef, and MPen. CMA and Fire Pillar are considered AoE skills, so you should also invest in AoE skill magic damage by using Staff of Element Fusion Star as your weapon and inlaying Wicked Sunflower Star card in your offhand. Inflicting Burn Status reduces the target's MDef and fire damage reduct by 25% while also dealing HP loss damage per second. Hence, CMA has good synergy with items that can inflict burn status, such as Firelord Chaos Star card and weapon, the Magic Firewood Mouth item, and the new Dancing Flame face item. Additionally, you can use damage modifiers based on the target you're fighting, such as damage to MVP and mini, damage to normal monsters, damage to targets with abnormal statuses, and damage based on the target's race. Take note that damage to size and damage to element modifiers do not affect magic damage. Up next, let's look at the recommended stats and damage modifiers. For attribute point distribution, ensure first that you have sufficient points on Dex to reduce the 10-second variable cast time of Meteor Storm or MS. For my character, I can already insta-cast MS even without allotting a point on Dex. Then max out Int to boost magic attack, which serves as a foundation for increasing magic damage. If equipped with one of these items that grants spell crit chance, then you need to also put points on Luck. Every 6 luck would boost your spell crit damage by 1% or 1.1% if you have a Kimura card deposited in the handbook. And if you are using a Bloody Knight Star card and weapon, you may want to put the remaining points on Agi for increasing attack speed. As mentioned earlier, these are the main stats and damage modifiers that help maximize the damage of your Crimson Magic Arrow, Meteor Storm, and Fire Pillars. For Ignore MDef, the needed amount varies depending on the MVP you're facing, such as use this table as reference. The maximum you'll need for clearing the current late-game dungeons is 170%. It's very important to have a balanced distribution across these stats, since focusing too much on a single stat can lead to diminishing returns. Up next, let's look at the recommended skill point allocation. For the Tier 1 Mage drop, the only important skill is level 10 increased spiritual recovery for improving SB region. As for the remaining points, feel free to allot them on any skill of your choice. For the Tier 2 Wizard drop, allocate points on the following. For the Advanced Tier 2 High Wizard drop, get the following skills. For the Tier 3 Warlock drop, prioritize leveling up these skills. And for your master skills, I recommend maxing out CMA to level 10 to increase its magic attack multiplier, and Flammable and Explosion to boost the damage of the second explosion. And then just put 1 point on the other passives to unlock their effects. If you have extra Zenny, then feel free to gradually upgrade Blazing Fortress to help with survivability. Up next for Acer Monument, these are the most important nodes to activate. We have 6 points on Meteor Storm 1 and 2 and learn level 8 Meteor Storm. 1 point each on Fire Pillar attack and double Fire Pillars to generate Fire Pillars on targets hit by Meteor Storm. 3 points on Fire Pillar Empower to boost its damage by 150%. 3 points on Status Vulnerability Enhanced to boost its effect by 9%. 3 points on Invisible Space to be able to cast Meteor Storm from a longer distance. 8 points on Fire Damage. 3 points on Int, and finally just activate all magic attack nodes. Take note that this only includes nodes which can affect fire AoE magic damage. Feel free to activate other nodes which can improve your survivability. Up next is dive into the recommended equipment set and cards. First for weapon, Stab of Element Fusion Star would be the best choice as it boosts fire damage by 10% and AoE skill magic damage by up to 60% if refined to plus 15. Aim for Magic 4th Enchant for reducing variable cast time, and reset the 3rd attribute to a high luck or stun rest roll. As for weapon cards, you can use any combination of the following cards. For offhand, the best in slot is a Book of Sacrifice Star as it significantly boosts your Ignore M def. Refining it to plus 15 is a top priority as it grants a total of 51% Ignore M def. Aim for Insight 4th Enchant for additional Ignore M def and reset the 3rd attribute to a high luck roll. As for offhand card, the best pick is either an Alice Star card for 15% damage to MVP or a Wicked Sunflower Star card for 15% AoE skill magic damage if your offhand is refined to plus 15. For armor, go for Robocast Star as it gives a balanced amount of magic damage modifiers. Aim for Magic 4th Enchant and reset the 3rd attribute to a high luck or stun rest roll. As for armor card, Molten Colossus card would be the best in slot. But since it's too rare and expensive, other good options are Monarch Star card if you're lacking Ignore M def or Heart card for 10% damage to MVP. For garment, the only option is not Seeker's Cloak Star for increasing Ignore M def, magic attack, and skill damage. Aim for Arcane 4th Enchant for boosting magic damage and reset the 3rd attribute to a high luck or stun rest roll. As for garment card, Inlay is a Nubia card for boosting skill damage. There's a guarantee to get this card on your first pull in the upcoming limited MVP card crafting event. For footgear, go for either a Crystal Pump Star or Rune Boot Star for boosting magic attack. Aim for Arcane 4th Enchant and reset the 3rd attribute to a high luck or stun rest roll. As for footgear card, inlay a Moonlight Flower Star card to help her position easily and dodge AoE attacks. But since it's too rare and expensive, alternatives include Dark Lord Star card for a chance to trigger level 10 Meteor Storm when taking damage, or Familiar Star card for boosting magic attack. For accessories, just choose depending on the stat you're lacking. Eye of the Land Star and Orleans Glove Star for 15% magic attack, Exorcism Sachet Star for 10% spell crit chance and 8% Ignore M def, or Flame Ring Star for 20% fire damage. Aim for Anti-Mage 4th Enchant and reset the 3rd attribute to high luck roll. As for accessory cards, the current best picks are Devil Governor card and Fire Witch Star card. But if not available, you can just use a Moonlight Tendrillion card or Zipper Bear Star card. For headwear, here are my top picks for each slot. For head, the Wheel of Fortune 4-leaf clover is the best in slot as it grants 20% spell crit chance. In case you miss that headwear from the limited skin shop, you can use a high refined White Knight helm for a huge boost to MVP damage. Aim for a high magic attack and luck enchant. As for headwear cards, the top options are Walter card, Sacred card, or Katarina card. In Oracle, you can use an Orc Hero card if you don't have high stun resist. For face, I recommend getting a high refined Oath-breaking red pupils, a high refined monocle, or the Dancing Flame. Aim for Insight 4th Enchant and reset the 3rd attribute to a high luck roll. For mouth, use Magic Firewood for a chance to inflict burn status, Angry Snarl for reducing VCT by 10%, Whisper of Love for 5% AoE skill magic damage, Whisper of Love for 5% AoE skill magic damage, or Grandpa Beard for 3% M-Pen. For back, the best in slot is a Wrath Greasy Fallen Feather, which can be obtained from merging 6 Angel Snow Feathers. But since it's too rare and expensive, other options are Thunder Tycho and a +6 Lost Star track. Aim for Insight 4th Enchant and reset the 3rd attribute to a high luck roll. And lastly for tail, you may use any of the following depending on the stat you're lacking. Aim for Arcane 4th Enchant and reset the 3rd attribute to a high luck roll. Up next, here are the other upgrades that you can invest in to further boost your damage. For guild buffs, prioritize maxing out your Wise Blessings for additional magic attack. As for praying cards, prioritize M-Pen, Ignore M-Def, and Magic Attack for attack cards, and Fair Damage for element cards. For equipment memory, make sure to max them out to level 30 for increasing magic attack. Select the following preferred stats from the attack and special word pools which help boost your magic damage. For skill inheritance, you can get improved concentration for 4.5% final damage when not moving, M-Pen plus 1.8%, and magic damage plus 1.8%. For pets, get a Fire Wish for a chance to inflict burn, Moonlight Flower for plus 2% M-Pen, Marin for plus 6% Ignore M-Def, or Scavenger Marten for plus 10 int. But for solo runs, it's better to get an Aboon or a Cyrus pet for their resurrection skill. For multi-job, unlocking these classes would be beneficial. You can get more int for magic attack, luck for spell crit damage, and dex for VCT reduction. And for Adventure Handbook, just focus on collecting items and achievements that grant magic attack, int, and other damage modifiers when unlocked or deposited. These stats add up significantly over time and will noticeably boost your damage output. Finally, let's go over some battle tips for using CMA effectively. First, make sure all these buffs are included in Prepare for Elite: Energy Coat, Amplify Magic Power, Recognize Spell, and Invisible Space. For White Barrier, it's up to you whether you want to include it in your Prepare for Elite rotation or cast it manually when you need extra protection. Then place the following skills on your manual and auto skill bars. If you're using a Bloody Knight Star card, then place Auto Attack in the auto skill bar. Once you're all set, use the following consumables that boost your damage, such as Meal Bees, Food Buffs, Awakening Potion, and Alloys. Before initiating combat, cast Prepare for Elite to activate all self buffs at once. After that, just turn on your auto to cast CMA and MS alternately. Don't forget to cast White Barrier to protect yourself from being damaged. And there you have it, that wraps up Warlock's second master skill. Overall, CMA is a powerful master skill with great AoE damage potential when combined with MS. It's not a must-have, but it's definitely good to have in certain situations. What do you guys think? Is it worth investing in CMA? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Alright, that's it for this video guys. Don't forget to like if you enjoyed watching this guide. If you're new here, I would love you to consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button down below. I would love to have you back. Thank you for watching and see you in our next episode.